Hi guys, Barb McGowan here, and today I want to talk about an often overlooked but probably the most important part of success in affiliate marketing, and that's your mindset. And you're going to want to stick around for the entire video because I'm going to give you probably the number one tip or secret that I have that's allowed me to be successful and allowed me to quit my 9-to-5 job within 6 months of starting affiliate marketing. So let's dive right in. So I want to give you a warning that I was a psychology major in college, and so a lot of this information is actually based on research and is not just opinion or is not just something I read. So I want to talk about the 4 stages of learning a new skill. First stage is unconscious incompetence, meaning you are unaware of the skill and also that you suck at it, for lack of a better description. So you don't know what you don't know yet. So that's before you know what a sales funnel is, before you've ever tried to build one. So you're not even aware that that skill exists. The second stage is conscious incompetence, meaning that you're aware of this skill, but you're not yet proficient in it. So that's like, oh, I know that sales funnel building is a thing, but I am a very new beginner at it and I'm not very good at it. Number 3 is conscious competence, meaning that you're able to do this skill, but only with a lot of effort. So that's something you would say would be, oh, I can do it, it's just really hard. And the 4th stage is unconscious competence, meaning you can do this skill without even thinking about it. You could do it in your sleep. So if you've ever played sports before, that would be like you've just picked up the basketball for the first time and you're learning that, oh, I suck at dribbling, or oh, I'm not very good free throw shooter yet. But the more that you practice that skill in a deliberate, intentional way, to make sure that your form is perfect and that you're paying attention to the right way of doing it so that when it becomes automatic, you're doing it automatically the correct way. The emotional cycle of change. So this is actually another psychological effect. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and you may have seen this before. This is very popular on TikTok and other social media apps. But you can kind of see how it relates to the 4 stages of learning a new skill. So you start off uninformed. It's called uninformed optimism. And that's where you look at something and from the outside, it seems simple. Like, oh yeah, I could do that. I could do affiliate marketing, or I could do drop shipping, or I could do whatever job or whatever task. But as you learn more about it, you start to move down into pessimism or negativity, because the more you learn about it, you see that it's actually harder than it looks. The lowest point, as many of us have experienced ourselves, is called the valley of despair. That is the lowest point of pessimism or negativity. And that happens because we are fully informed how much work it's going to take, and we feel like we don't have the skills yet to get to success. However, like I mentioned with the 4 stages of learning a new skill, the more deliberate practice that you put into place and the more intentional you are about learning the right way, you're going to come out of the valley of despair, I promise you, and you're going to come into informed optimism. That means you feel good about where you're at and your skill set, but not just because you don't know enough about it to have a realistic expectation. You now have a realistic expectation, but your skills are such that you can actually succeed because you've kept practicing and practicing and practicing. And the last stage, which is where we all want to be, is success and fulfillment. The important thing to note about going through these various stages is stage 1 is at the beginning. Stage 5 is at the end. We all want to get to stage 5. The difference between stage 1 and stage 5 is not just learning those skills, learning the new skills that we need to learn in order to reach success, but that's also a function of time, meaning that you have to give it time to produce results. Something else that I want to mention is if you try any new endeavor, it doesn't matter if it's affiliate marketing or drop shipping or something unrelated to online business, but this is the cycle that you will go through each and every time that you try a new endeavor. So if you stop because you've reached the valley of despair, or even if you've reached informed pessimism because you're like, wow, this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, or you've reached the valley of despair where you're like, I can never do this. I'm not getting any results. I suck. I'm not cut out for this. If you then quit and go try some other endeavor, you're going to go through this exact same cycle over and over and over again. And if you always quit when you reach the valley of despair, you're never going to reach success and fulfillment in anything that you do. And I know that's harsh, but I just want to let you know, if you feel like, oh, I'm stupid, or I'm not good at this, or I'm not cut out for this, or this is too hard, too much effort, we have all been there. And just know that that is a normal part of the process. As you can see, this is a normal studied phenomenon that happens whenever we try something new. So don't quit. That is the big takeaway from this. So something else that I want to mention is some common pitfalls. So this is stuff that not only have I seen in other people or heard a million times in different Facebook groups or in conversations with others, this is stuff that I've experienced myself and have had to overcome. So I think that these are the top 3 most common pitfalls for people who are new to online business. Number 1 is imposter syndrome. You might have imposter syndrome and not even realize that you have it because it's so common and everyone goes through it. Imposter syndrome is the feeling that you actually aren't an expert, or you're not competent, you're not proficient, you're not good at something, and you're just pretending. Have you ever started a new job and felt like everyone around you is going to find out that you're actually not as good or smart or competent as they think that you are, or as everyone else is? That is imposter syndrome. And just know that you are not alone in that feeling. And what I have found is 2 things that can help you overcome that. Number 1, realize you're not the only one that feels that way. Everyone, literally everyone, has felt that way in their life. And if they say that they haven't, they're lying or they don't realize it. Number 2, if you are doing all of the behaviors of an affiliate marketer, so you're making sales funnels, you're creating content, you set up your email autoresponder, you're learning new skills and new concepts about marketing, and you're implementing those and putting those into place, does that not make you an affiliate marketer? There is no difference between doing all of the behaviors and having the knowledge of a marketer and being a marketer. And that's an important thing that I want you to take away. There's never some magical transformation. You're not going to receive a certificate or a diploma or something that says, oh, hey, now you've graduated, you've learned enough, and now you're an affiliate marketer. You become an affiliate marketer by doing. Number 2 is having a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. A fixed mindset subscribes to the belief that our minds and our brains are fixed. So if we are not naturally funny or not naturally outgoing or not naturally good at math, then we can't improve those things. We're just stuck that way forever and there's nothing we can do about them. That's a fixed mindset. A growth mindset, on the other hand, sees literally everything in the world as a skill that can be learned and practiced and mastered. And research has shown that a growth mindset, number 1, is way more adaptive than a fixed mindset, and that a growth mindset can be developed as a skill, which is so funny to me because that's the whole point of a growth mindset, is seeing everything as skill development. So if you currently you feel like you're more of like a fixed mindset, that's okay. Just know that you can and should develop more of a growth mindset where you see, oh, I'm not good right now at funnel building. Nobody is good at funnel building when they start. Nobody is born knowing how to build a funnel, and that's okay. The point is that a growth mindset will see everything as a new skill that can be mastered with practice. Remember, everything is a skill and it can be improved, okay? Having a success mindset, and that goes hand in hand with a growth mindset, is, in my opinion, the biggest skill that you can learn and improve that will have the biggest impact on your life and your business. And the 3rd pitfall is failing to reframe negative thoughts to neutral or positive. Seeing failures as just that, seeing them as I failed, or I'm not good at this, or I suck, or I should quit, or this is too hard. If I create a piece of content and it doesn't get a lot of views or engagement, that doesn't mean I'm a bad marketer. That doesn't mean everyone hates me. That doesn't mean I am not cut out to do this. It means, for whatever reason, that content didn't resonate with people, and that's okay. My job is not to sit and dwell and take it personally and internalize that. My job is to look at that content and figure out what about it was not resonant with my audience and then try something different next time. Don't think of things as failures. I know it sounds cheesy, but think of things as constant learning experiences. Another area that you can fall victim to is to not have any results. So by that, I mean, I'll see people saying, oh, I haven't made a commission and it's been a week or a month or 2 months. An affiliate marketer who's been in the game a lot longer than me has given this advice that most people will see a commission within 60 to 90 days. We'll see their first commission. And so if you have that perspective going into it, that your results, like if you're focused on making money, and if that's the only result that's going to give you satisfaction or gratification, that's going to take you 60 to 90 days potentially for most people. And what was really helpful to me when I was starting is have the mindset that you're actually, every piece of content you create, every new skill that you learn, everything that you do before you start making money is not wasted. All your effort goes into a piggy bank. And when that piggy bank gets full down the road, and that could be weeks, it could be a month, whatever, you're going to get to crack that open. All of the fruits of your labor are going to pay off down the road. That was such a huge mind shift for me, believing and having that buy-in that all the results that I was going to see down the road were going to be because of the work I was putting in now. If you can reframe your brain to really believe that, you're going to see success, and it's not going to be so painful along the way, because you're going to be like, yeah, I know this is going to pay off, and you're not going to feel like you're wasting time and develop all this like anxiety about it. Your external life is a direct reflection on your internal life. This is so overlooked, and so many people are like, teach me how to build a funnel, show me how to import a funnel, where do I get the emails from? If you are just trying to jump directly into the skills without having the mental stuff down, it's going to be a lot more painful. Like, understanding this stuff is going to take a lot of the pain and anxiety and difficulty out of your journey. And so I would really encourage you to take care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. What I do is I've established a morning and nighttime routine, and I've also created a schedule for myself. So I create a schedule for myself every day. And so I stick to that schedule throughout the day. Just like if I was going to a 9-to-5 job, that's exactly what I try to emulate at home, but I have a lot more breaks built in. It's important for us as humans to have that structure and that routine. And especially if you're really pressed for time, creating that morning and nighttime routine is especially helpful. Also, and I can't emphasize this enough, reward yourself for reaching milestones, even if they feel tiny or insignificant or they're not related to making money. For example, when I got to 1,000 followers on TikTok, I was so excited and elated when I started getting leads coming through in my funnel. The first commission I made, it doesn't matter how small they are. Before you start making regular money, that's the kind of stuff that if you let that excitement carry you, that will sustain you over time. So celebrate that. Don't just celebrate that like internally. Find a community to plug into and really let that celebration take place. The more you celebrate with others in the community and other affiliate marketers who really get what you're going through and get your journey, it's just going to make that celebration even sweeter, and it's going to allow you to connect and network with other people in your industry, which I highly recommend that you do. Write down your yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily goals. And if you're wondering why I put them in that order, think of where you want to be in 1 year. For example, if you want to make $120,000 in the next year, break that down. That's $10,000 a month. That's $2,500 a week. That's $329 a day. Once you have reverse engineered what you want your results to look like, what do you need to do behavior-wise? What do you need to commit to achieve that? So if you're going to create 3 TikTok videos a day and also make 3 YouTube videos per week, and that's kind of the main strategy that you have, then you can break that down even further in your day into your schedule. How am I going to fit that into my daily routine to make those results more possible? So again, goals are fantastic to have, but goals are the results that you want. Commitments are the actual behaviors that you're going to take, that you're committing to taking, and those are going to actually move you closer to reaching those goals. Something else that I always hear, especially from new people, is that they're not feeling motivated or they're feeling stuck and they can't figure out why. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a set of behaviors. Discipline is creating a schedule and putting things in place that will make it easier for you to stick to that schedule. If you're feeling unmotivated, you're not going to just magically become motivated by sitting around and not doing anything. The motivation, the feeling of motivation comes after you take action. And I know that sounds kind of backwards, like, why would I do something if I don't feel motivated to do it? You guys, I can't tell you how many times I have proven this to myself or seen it in other people. The best way to make yourself feel motivated when you don't is to force yourself to take action. And the real skill in there is figuring out how to force yourself to take action. Like, do you enlist the help of other people around you? Do you have a coach like call and tell you what to do? That's one of the biggest challenges, honestly, of entrepreneurship, is you don't have a boss standing over you telling you what to do or telling you when to do it or guiding you and directing you. You're kind of having to figure that out on your own. But what I can tell you from experience and from seeing it in other people a million times over, when you don't take action and you're feeling unmotivated, and then you, however you do it, when you force yourself to take action, even just a little bit of action, and the realization that comes and the self-confidence that comes from realizing that you can do this, that you can be your own boss, that you can be productive and self-disciplined. That is the feeling of motivation. That is where that comes from. And once you have a taste of that and realize that you can create your own feeling of motivation, it is almost addictive. And so I just challenge you to think of that the next time you're feeling unmotivated and knowing that you need to do something. How can I trick myself into getting this task done or starting this task? And a little tip that I will tell you is the 5-minute rule. So if there's something you really don't want to do, set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes and start doing that task that you don't want to do. You don't need to complete the task, certainly. 5 minutes is not a long time, but you just need to get as far as you can in a 5-minute window. When that timer goes off, you don't need to do it anymore. You can stop. But what I bet will happen is by taking that small bit of action for just a few minutes, all of a sudden your motivation goes way up and you're not going to want to stop after your timer goes off. I'm just saying, give it a try. If you want something that you've never had before, you've got to do something that you've never done before. I know I've said this or alluded to it throughout this video, but great results don't happen in a day, a week, or a month. They come from doing the right behaviors consistently over time. Overnight successes never happened overnight. You only see the results change overnight. They've been working at it for months or years. Greatness comes from being good consistently over time. So as I promised, I'm going to give you my number one tip that I believe that's made me successful with affiliate marketing and allowed me to quit my 9-to-5 job within 6 months. And that was a book I read called The Miracle Equation. And I don't want to give anything away, but if you are struggling with motivation, or if you are feeling like this is impossible, or you just need that extra kind of kick in the butt, I highly recommend reading that book. It basically tells you the 2 things that you need to experience success. And I read that right before I started doing affiliate marketing, and it had such an impact on me that I truly credit it, even today, to the success that I've had in this business. If you take quitting off the table, if failure is not an option, I guarantee you'll see success. You will only fail at affiliate marketing if you quit. If you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate if you'd hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I put new videos out each week to help new and struggling affiliate marketers actually start making money online. I put a link down in the description so you can get your copy of The Miracle Equation. I highly recommend it, especially if you're feeling stuck or if you're struggling right now. My name is Barb McGowan, and I'll see you guys on the next video.